Alright, I'm going to show you how to solder some feeders on my AC switch machines. I just got a pack of 10 off of eBay. These are the momentary on-off on the momentary switches. Right? They bounce back. These are for AC machines, alternating current machines, and we're going to solder on some feeders onto these. So let's get started doing that. Alrighty, I got some 3-conductor wire here, three wires in one, and this is model power here. This stuff I got, I don't know where I got it from. I got so much stuff lying around I forget, but you can get this from any hobby store. Anyway, it's 3 conductors, 3 wires. So shrink tubing down the end here. I need another piece. Oh, I got tons of this stuff. You can buy this shrink tubing at Home Depot too, which is cool. They sell it. There we go on the third one there. Ew. Which one are we going to put? The red one in the center. That's going to be the power, and the other two are the center pin is where the power goes through, and they're all linked together. And that goes to one side of the power. The switch machine, same thing. There's 3 things you run this one and this to the 2 on each outside part of the switch machine, which I'll show you when we get to the switch machine part of it. And then there's the center one that is in the switch machine where you link those all together, and that's the other side of the power. It's right there. So you can take the brown one, you twirl it around here like this, and we'll take the red one. The red one over here. What's the matter, Big Daddy? You want to run some trains, buddy? What's the matter? Sorry, buddy, I can't scratch you right now. I will later. He's so cute. The Big Daddy. He's a stray that we had been feeding. We got him fixed, and then unfortunately, the poor buddy, he got hit by a car. Didn't die, but he's messed up pretty good. So now he's officially our kitty cat inside. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. So you'll hear him from time to time. Now his back legs are kind of messed up, so he can't jump. So he can't jump on the layout, which is actually good, because he'd make a mess out of all the details. But he's a very good kitty. Very old too. He's got to be at least, he's over 10 years old. He's all gray. And he's got quite a few battle scars. As I sit here with this thing, trying to get this done, I'm babbling on here. There we go. And let me spit it. Yeah, okay, Big Butt. Okay, Big Daddy. What's the matter, bud? What's the matter, buddy? Anyway, there we are, ready to solder all three. And you want me to pick you up here? Come here. Want to say hi to everybody? Oh, I guess not. Okay, now that we got the switch all wired up here, now we're going to do the switch machine. We're going to do a Rix here. This is an AC Rix switch machine, dual coil, double coil, and we'll do that. I got one here that's open already, right here, that we're going to use. Okay, here's we got the instructions here for it, and this is basically any other twin coil machines. You got three wires coming off it. You got one that powers and throws a switch each way, and then you got the middle one that is the actual power, and then you have the two sides to throw it either way. And this is what you get with one. You get the switch machine here. There, double coil switch machine. You get the mounting screws. Here we go. And you get the mounting screws here, and these here are contacts that you put on if you want to add lights. Okay. Now in order to mount one of these things, mount one of these bad boys, you need one of these. The Rix rack. Oh, the switch machine. Rix rack. And this is a up and down rack. They also make this guy here. They also make this guy here. Let me make sure you saw this. Rix rack here, and this is it here. You get like a thing there. And they also make this guy here. This is a flat rack. It looks flat. And this one here, you see, is flat. And then you have this little guy here that you poke on the end, and you bring a bar from the machine to it, and then it goes up in. Well, we're going to mount this one on one of these regular racks here. And what you get in here is a whole bunch of parts too. This rack was $2. I just bought it from NB Klein. It was $2.99 for this rack. And I bought these switch machines a long time ago, so I have no idea how much a brand new one would cost. I would guess they're probably around $10, $12. I'm not sure. With this one, you get a bunch of parts here too. Okay, along with a rod and instructions, which I will pull out of here. Get rid of the bag. Under layout mounting bracket for twin coil switch machines, and you can mount a whole bunch of these different ones on here. It says here works with Chemtron, KTM, Lambert, NJ International, Hallmark, Rix obviously, and others. So anyway, okay. Now the first thing you got to do to mount this, see these 4 holes here. These 4 holes, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. They're the mounting holes. These are the screws for it here. Okay, you take one of these screws, one of these little screws here. Then you take one of these brass tube. You slide this over the screw like that. Okay, and then of course there's your contact right here. This little piece here is your contact. If you want to, you solder a wire to that, and you can hook up lights and dwarf signals right there. Okay, and that there like that. And so let me take the contact here and just put this inside. Boy, oh boy. Come here, you little guy. Alright. That slides in there like that. So you have this little assembly right here. Okay, and they go onto these 4 holes here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These other holes here are to mount other manufacturers' switch machines like NJ, any other twin coil. So let's get this on here. All right, put this into the back there just like that. That's screw right in there. It's a self-tapping screw. It taps into the plastic. Oop, that's Phillips. Don't need that. Here's my straight edge right here. There we go, right down like that. There it is, and there's your contact there. I mean, you could solder a wire on that before you screw it on, but I'm just putting it there so you see how it goes. But obviously, you'd put feeder wires on these before you screwed everything down, like these. So, anyway, let's continue and get this thing mounted. Now I'm going to put on these contacts, and one goes here, and as this throws, these contacts will hit either side of this to change the lights to red or green. The wire's coming off of here, and you have to solder a wire to the top of this. So we'll do the back one first. That's going to be the easiest. Into there like that, you have your main power wire coming here, and then each one of these wires go off to each side of the light that you're trying to throw, the red or the green. And to put this on a little easier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little guy right here to grab the screw, because these things aren't magnetized. Grab that screw right there, and I'm going to screw it right into here, and it'll hold the screw. So I can get it started here on this. Get it started on here. There we go there. Take this right like this, and we'll screw it in just like that. And it'll start. We'll get it started just like that. Now I can use the regular screwdriver. Put it in here. We'll do the other one here. This one you got to bend all 4 of them upward. Use this tool here for it so I get it straight here. That's going like that. This one here. Go up like that. This one here is going to go up like this. Just like that. And that's going to go on to there. The front of this thing. Just like this here. Just like that. Of course, this is switched all over so you can see where that's going to hit that. Make that. We'll do this again with this. There it is. It's all ready to go. Dismounted here. I got these wires here. Come out. This is the power wire here. This is the main power. So this is going to be one side of the power coming in. One side of the power goes there from the AC accessory. This is each coil to throw the switch either way. This one and this one here. Like that. We go there. And basically you mount this on here. And then you got your throw rod right here. You mount this on here like this. And you got your throw rod right here. Here's the throw rod. But now I'm going to take the throw rod right here. I'm going to bend this here. Here's what I do. I bend it down a little, so I'm farther down than the actual Rick's rack. So if I bend it to there, I'm going to be there. So I use this side here. Actually, and we'll bend this like this. All right, we'll take that. We'll bend that at it like a 45. Then I'm going to put it in the hole here. Like this. Now this should be done before you put this on. Because what I'm going to do to keep this from falling out of the hole, right, is, come on baby, get in there. It's going to go down through like that, see? It's down through. I'm going to come under here with this, like this here. Now this is flexible plastic. So you can get under there with this, and you can take it and bend it like that, just a little bit. And as you can see now, it's got a little bit of a curl on there. Let's see if I can get that better. Grab it like this, and then go like that with it. And look at that. See? See what I got there? That the curl? That ain't coming out of there unless you take it all apart. Alright, now we'll take this guy and we'll slide this guy in here like this. And there you go. You can bring it all the way down to here depending on where you want it. And you just bolt it in with these two bigger bolts here. This guy here, this bolt in there. And then this bolt here. Like that. And then you have extra screws. These screws here are to mount it into the wood. Underneath the layout into the plywood. Right, you can see that, right? Let me check. Can you guys see what I got? No, you can't. Alright, so these screws here are to mount it in there. And these little guys here are to mount the NJs in there. Here's an older Rick's rack, and I got an NJ or a Pacific Fastmail machine on this one. And that's what those screws are for. You got 1, 2, 3 of them for that. You go 1, 2, 3 there, and these are the ones for the Rick's machines. But you can also mount these machines on these, which I have some of those, and I'm putting a different part of the layout. Let me get this in place here. Let me turn this over and put these two bolts on here, like this here. This is a drawn-out process with these with the AC machines. The tortoises are so much easier to hook up and mount. These things here, you gotta put everything together. And I have them laying around, so I'm going to use them. A lot of people like these machines. They're faster, so they, the tortoise machines throw at a realistic speed, at a slow speed. But if you've made a mistake and your train's coming and you haven't thrown the switch right, you want to. Sometimes you just don't end up getting there in time, and the train derails, or it goes on the wrong track. One of the two. Okay, and there we go with this. There we go. We got that there. And that's that. Rick's machine. Okay, now to make an electrical contact onto these wires here, these hot wires have a coating on them. That's what that red is. It's a coating. And the best way to get that off is to just heat it up and burn it off, which is why I got my charcoal, I'm sorry, my gas grill starter here. I'm going to just hit the end of it a few seconds. And that red stuff burns right off of there. Heat these up. You just do the tip a little bit, because you still want it to stay coated down here. But as you can see, now these wires look like brass. You can see the brass, they're brass wires. And it goes down about a half an inch down. So we'll solder on the end here, feeder wires, which I'm going to make them the same color as the switch machine here. Okay, I got my wire feeded onto those 3 leads there, and I'm going to solder it up now. I'll do this here. I'll solder it. Here's the first one here. This is the one that throws it one way, I guess to the left. I'm not sure. One of those two. There we go there. This is the power. This is the one side of the power. It's going to go to here. The other side goes to the toggle switches. And then all the toggle switches and all the machines are linked together in a chain. And there we have it. Put some shrink tubing on that, and we're wired up. Alright, before I put the shrink tubing on these, I'm going to test this out and see if it works here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take, these are the 3 wires coming off the toggle switch. The red one is the power, just like the red one there. I'm going to take the orange one, and I'm going to wrap the orange one around the orange one. I have the orange wire solder to here, which is eventually going to be hooked up, but just down the line there when I get it all under the table. Okay, that's hooked into there, the orange one. I'm going to put the brown one into this brown one here. Like this. Here we go. Alright. There we go. Brown one's hooked on. Now I have the red power lead from the switch, from the toggle, the middle of the toggle, and this red here is the other power side for the switch machines. And I'm going to take my accessory output on just a regular power pack I got here, a Tech 2 MRC that I've had since I was in like friggin' high school. since I was in high school. And I'm going to hook 2 leads to it. Here's my leads. I'm going to put 1 lead here onto the power lead, the middle pole on the momentary switch. I'm going to put the other one right here into the middle one of the Rix machine. And I'm going to turn it on. Turn it on, we got juice. Let's see what happens when I hit the switch. It throws. There we go. Success. And as you do more switches, you just take all these leads here and they all go together. You can run them to a terminal strip and they all go to one, and then this lead right here from the toggle, these all get linked together too. And all you need is an AC power supply, 12 volt AC power supply, and you're good. Get under here. Alright, now we're going to put it, the switch machine's going right in here. Okay, where's the... Alrighty, I'm going to... can you move the points? Alright, wait a minute. Is that it? Mm-hmm. You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. I obviously have a helper with me today. Now, it's always good to have a helper when you're doing this because you need somebody on top to see which way the things go here. I'm gonna kick that way. Alright. And take my drill here. Make sure. Am I still where I need to be?
Yeah.
Alright, drill a hole right here. Alright. And we will take one of these screws here. Now this is one of the AC Rix racks with a Rix machine with a rack. So, alright, let me get my screwdriver. And we'll see what happens here. You got a hold of it?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm screwing it up now. Let me slide it back a little bit here. I think I gotta scoot back a little bit. There we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alright, it's still there, right?
Yes.
Alright. Let me see what happens when I slide this down here. Slide this thing down here. You loosen up these. Here, because that keeps it straight. Slide that down like that. Alright. That's loose there now. Now, as you can see, I got 2 of these put in. Right here. This one has extra wires on it because I'm going to hook dwarf signals to this one. These switches have contacts for that. This one I didn't bother putting the contacts in. So, but anyway, that's how you mount them. Obviously, I'll come back and once I know it's in where I really want it to be, and I'll drill the other hole and put the other screw in. Let me go out and check it. Okay, sweetie, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Now I compensated it a little to the side, to the one side, because these switches don't have the hole in the center. They have one on each side. They don't have one in the center. So unless I drill a hole in the plastic, which I really don't want to, I just have to make sure I compensate for that, which I think I did. But of course, the only way to find out is if you electrify the switch, which we're going to do next, and test it out. Okay, now I got everything hooked up and onto the layout here. We got, as you can see, momentary. It works. And another switch over here also. These are the ACs. This one here. This one here. This one here doesn't have anything hooked to it yet. So, so that ends this this video of AC switch machine installation. And my earlier video, the video before this, I did DC switch machine installation. So check that one out if you like this one, and please, if you can, subscribe. It's free and it'll be much appreciated. So until the next video, see ya.